There's a lot of artists that do Santo Domingo style, and there's plenty of inlayers. And with me, I look at the dancers, I look at the singers, I look at people, places, and things, and that's where I get my inspiration for the Santo Domingo design. Among my family and the history, I think the history is what really pushes me to continue the art, Santo Domingo style. Especially making hishi. That's where I started from. When I was a kid, my grandma used to sit me down. Instead of playing outside, I would sit down, and here's a Folgers can, and here's another Folgers can, and here's a drill. So you take one side and you put it in the water, and then you drill it, each piece, and then you put it in the finished side. And then you have to string them all up. And once that's done, uncle takes it and graduates it down, or grandma, or if she trusts us, one of us will do it. And along the line, there was my grandpa, Santiago Leo Coriz, Navy man, ex-welder for planes that were shot down during the World War II. And when he came home, he really took up on silver. He really took up on silver and took it a long way, and that's where he does the silver sand cast. And you look up Leo Coriz, and he's pretty much out there. He did the chains, the turtles, the hands, and very, very unique pieces. And so he would sit me down, and here you go, and I would be curling the silver. I would be curling these silver pieces, and I would be doing the rings. And that's all he trusted me to do. Then when I was a teenager, he would let me use the settling tank and fire it. And so finally, I finally started on my own chains, and this was probably like when I was 14, 13 years old. And eventually graduated high school, went into high school, graduated high school, and then went into carpentry. Carpentry really took me a long way, there's another reason for carpentry is my grandpa, because we had a big ranch, and I found out that I find a lot of the times that my grandpa is always looking for a handyman. He's always looking for a person with a hammer or somebody to fix this or that. And so I took it upon myself to do those things. And by the time I got home, he had already passed on, But in honor of him, I think it's that first nail he told me to bend back to use it again is when I wanted to be a carpenter. And that's my history of making jewelry, watching my mom, watching my grandma first of all, my grandma with the hishi, my mom, she's been doing the inlay as long as I can remember, and then my grandfather standing next to him and just watching him, just devoting my time, just standing next to him, literally standing next to the silver stand and watching his fingers move, watching his eyes, watching his hands, watching his direction, which way he's going, watching what he has right here, watching in their drawer. He used to pull out vast amounts of silver, but of course silver was $6.50 back then, or $4.50. So, from him I gained a lot of courage to do and courage to make things happen. Because without that, it's very hard. There's people out there that aren't blessed with these ideas. They're stuck in a box. They're stuck at home. They can't. And they tell themselves there's no jobs out there. There's no jobs. But my grandpa always used to say there is a job. Don't ever say you don't have a job, because there's always a job in the house. There's always a job at the ranch, or even on your own self. And so by that, I never give up. And sometimes it's hard, sometimes there's obstacles in your path, and you have to overcome them, and it's what it's what makes you you